All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the Bottle Shop, World Beer Company on Lois Greenville. We don't really move between breaks. I don't know why I keep saying it, but I love it.
Fuck yeah.
And now it is time for what we've all been waiting for. We're going to hear the history of Belgian strong ales, and then we are going to drink a bunch of delicious beer. So, Colin, would you like to take us into the history a little bit?
I would fucking love that. So, you have to bring yourself back to monks. Why monks started making beers.
How long ago are we talking? Because there are still monks today.
We're talking about, like, as early as the 1200s. Okay. Literally, like, so, back in the
11th century, for those.
The 11th century, yeah. So, back in the day, monks didn't know how to make money for their churches. Their churches were going out of business during the Middle Ages, during the Dark Ages. Their churches just did not make enough money. Well, the most common drink back in the day was beer. So the monks go, well, why the fuck don't we make beer?
And it was common for sanitary purposes, because drinking water, not the best back then.
Exactly. So beer, you boil the water,
yep.
You put yeast in it, that motherfucker is sanitary.
Yep.
So these monks go, well, why don't we just make this beer, because it's the most commonly drank beverage on earth. Let's make beer and sell it. And that'll make money for our monastery. We can continue to do our churchly goodness.
Also, when everyone's drunk, they can't really revolt or try to kill people because
right. So these monks start making beer, and they make beer in 3 strengths: Uncle, Dubble, Triple. Uncle is single, Dubble is double, and Triple is triple. And it's a varying degree of strengths. The Uncle was for the monastery, was for the monks. It was around like 4 or 5% alcohol. Low.
Yeah.
The Dubble was double that strength, which was around 8% alcohol. And the Triple was a little bit higher than that, which is around like 9 or 10% alcohol. And so they started selling this beer, the Dubble and the Triple, out to people to buy. And it was like wine prices. They could sell it at a wine price. And so that's where the Belgian strong ale comes from. These Belgian monastery monks were selling these higher alcohol beers to people to buy.
Yeah,
and so that's where we get one of our first style beers, and it's called a Belgian Golden Strong Ale, and it's called Duval. This is one of the first beers we're trying. It's a Belgian golden ale. It's not a triple, but it's near that. It's a derivation of a triple, near that 9% alcohol range.
Sorry, we're trying to gather people.
We're gathering laymen.
That's me.
Okay, this is her.
Jedi behind the board. Gonna join us for this one.
And we got another one here.
Oh, B, you have one? Del?
So with the Belgian Golden Strong, you should taste a floral. It should be effervescent, almost champagne-like. It should be almost maybe a slight potpourri. It should be it should be tree fruit like pear or peach. You should or not peach, pear or apple, like a tree fruit kind of flavor. Yeah, the Duval.
I always thought it was Duval.
You can say either one.
I'm American, so
well, Americans are the lesser of the species, so.
It's pronounced zebra, by the way. My girlfriend taught me.
And she's from the place where it's from.
Yeah. She says we don't have them, we don't get to pronounce it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Well, I will bow to Carol on that one.
And so, yeah, this is a Belgian Golden Strong. It should be dry.
It's very dry. I was gonna say, like, you get a lot of very robust flavor when you first taste it. And
champagne-like.
Yeah, it just disappears off the tongue. It's just gone.
But this is also about 10% alcohol.
Oh, yeah. I can see how that would be dangerous. Drink responsibly, folks.
It is.
So there's a layman next to us. She is not a very big beer drinker. What do you think?
It's definitely very champagne-like, and champagne is like one of the few alcohols that I drink, so I can definitely taste that much, and the dryness.
Do you get any like tree fruit, like pear or apple?
A little, slight pear, I think. But otherwise, I can't taste much beyond the champagne part.
Interesting, yeah. So the Belgian Golden Strong, we're getting ready to taste a triple after this. But the Belgian Golden Strong is so dry and so effervescent, it's pretty much the champagne of beers.
The
It's
Champagna.
already been taken.
No, fuck Miller and its High Life.
No.
This is actually the champagne of beers.
You can't say that. I love Miller High Life.
You should die in a fiery burning hell.
Want to hear my reasoning?
No, I don't actually give a shit.
My reasoning because it's the best alcohol to volume to price ratio in the city.
I don't care at all what you're saying because you are a blasphemer.
Nope. I can drink it like water. I put it in my sports bottle before I go out.
Good for you, you terrible, terrible person.
You're just jealous.
I am not, actually, because you're drinking horse piss. But that's fine. To each his own.
That means you've tasted horse piss before?
I have.
You can compare the taste.
Straight to my mouth.
Wow. Oh, from the source, too.
Yeah.
Can we get y'all?
So what we're getting ready to try next is a Belgian-style triple. It's not from Belgium, so you can't say it's a Belgian triple.
Okay.
Now this is going to have a much sweeter...
All the glasses got mixed up. I hope no one has this.
Yeah, who cares?
No? You want to pull?
This is also going to have a much sweeter, yeasty, bread-like characteristic. Not as dry. A Belgian triple should be fruity, but not overly fruity like the Belgian Golden Strong we just had.
It smells a bit more pungent.
That's the yeast.
That's the yeast in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually, I would say, the better mix of sweet in doing like the normal
I
beers.
agree.
Oh, yeah.
A Belgian Golden Strong to me is too dry. It's too champagne-like. To me, this is more beer-like.
Yeah.
This has a sweet, bread-like characteristic, almost.
I agree. It's a much better balance.
All right,
Right.
so we're going to the amateur. What do you think?
It's very smooth. It's not as like the last one had a bit more kind of like a strong punch to it, almost like a sizzle, and then this one was a bit more, I don't know, cut and dry.
I think that could possibly be the carbonation. So a Belgian Golden Strong is going to have almost double the carbonation of a Belgian triple. Almost a double. Like I said, champagne-like. So to me, this is one of my favorite styles of Belgian beers.
I really regret drinking this one too fast because I want.
This is Le Fin du Monde.
Well, here we go, guys. Another amateur. We're gonna see what he thinks. Rich?
Is this French? No, this is
all
actually
Belgian.
from Canada.
Take a look.
Le Fin du Monde actually means, in French, the end of the world, which is an incredible beer name.
yeah.
Le Fin du Monde.
So what do you think about it?
If you don't like this,
It's nice and mild. It doesn't have that overbearing hoppiness to it. It's very light. It's easy on the palate.
What's the name of that one? What was the name of that one?
Oh yeah. Light citrus notes. Works well. It's kind of like the farm raised salmon beer is the way I describe it. Light and mild and easy to consume.
I'm gonna send that in to him. The farm raised salmon and beer. All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Cursive.
Yeah, that one's yours.
alright, so we're getting ready now to try a darker Belgian strong ale. This is a Belgian Dubble. So Belgian double, or Dubble, however you want to pronounce it, whether you're pretentious or American.
Dubble.
Dubble, yes.
Oh.
So this is going to have a more of a cinnamon, caramel, raisin-esque flavor. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. This is like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh. You can taste that raisiny flavor. As a double, you get a candy sugar part of it. They put a roasted candy sugar inside the beer when they ferment it. I get cinnamon toast. I get cinnamon toast a lot in this. Raisins, plums. What do you get?
I definitely, right off the bat, taste some kind of candy-ish flavor. Like, I think how you describe it, caramelized. I could definitely taste that, and it's also very smooth.
It is very smooth. It's much more smooth than both of the beers we just had, right?
Yes, I agree.
I think the smoothness comes from the fact that this is actually less carbonated than both of the beers we just tried.
All right, I've actually managed to wrangle some people who have not listened to a word you said, and we're going to get some totally amateur opinions on her.
Excellent, excellent,
and just see
excellent.
what they think.
Hey, drunk guys, get over here.
Come on, y'all. Bring it in here. Tell us what you think.
It is more malty, yeah.
Oh, you want me to hold it? It tastes like mildly like West Texas's asphalt. I'm from Lubbock, so we only drink watered down piss.
So this is about 10% alcohol.
Yeah, I can taste that alcohol.
Nice.
It is good. It's frothy. It is muy bien.
Muy bien.
Well, be careful with it because it'll get you drunk.
Ask him if he likes Miller High Life.
Oh, that's too late. He left. He ran off. So that was the amateur opinion right there. Wasn't much of one though.
Where's your glass?
One High Life is good.
Ah.
No, that was good stuff. All right.
So we're getting ready to taste the most epic of epics.
I was going to say that I tried that one, and it tastes a little bit like blood and a little bit like copper.
Copper. So that comes from
Ignore the
copper
blood.
flavor that you're tasting actually comes from the caramel malts within the Belgian styles. Rusty, yes. So, wait.
Look, I know because I saved copper.
When I first smelled it, it kind of had this rusty, like, smell. Like, kind of how she said, you know, the metallic kind of smell.
That metallic smell comes from the caramel malts that Belgians use.
On that last one, it had oddly enough a very candy corn.
Well, if you guys think that was candy corn, you guys are gonna get a. So we had double. This is a quadruple. We're getting ready to try.
Hey, excellent.
Pour it out, man.
Really quick, I just wanted to ask Jimmy, what was your take on that beer?
I thought it was fun. Thought it was pretty good. Coppery. I was also saying
Wow,
coppery.
I poured half of that on the table. I'm so sorry.
Tell us some more.
Tell us more about this coppery experience.
Alright, so what we're getting ready to try is actually not even a traditional Belgian style beer. So I was telling you earlier, you have the Ankel, a Duval, and a Dubble. We're going to try a quadruple. And so a quadruple actually is an American style that's totally made up.
I think you made up that last word.
A quadruple is a totally American made-up style of beer. Ankel,
California.
Dubble is a Dutch words for single, double, and triple. But a quadruple is...
If I know anything, it's don't trust the Dutch.
Yeah. So a quadruple is quad in Dutch. But they never made that beer. Americans were like, let's make a really strong beer. And so they made a quadruple. And this is what it
Three
is.
different accents that all got together to make one strong beer. I like that.
And so this is a quadruple.
International effort. All right.
And so this should be around 12% alcohol.
Wow. That's very savory with a tinge of sweet on the end. That's like it's almost like a steak with a little bit of a glaze on top.
So this is 11% alcohol.
Tasting the sweet after.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like a glaze at the end of a steak. You get the meaty, and then it has that nice little sweet topper.
This is extraordinarily sweet, but smoky.
Jimmy, what do you think about this one?
Wait, hold on. I have to. Jimmy, what do you think?
This one I would say is like the sweetness on the other ones, like it was almost too sweet, and then they found like a balance. This one's getting more into like the beer taste to me. Like it has more of like that natural beer taste, which I like. So I think this one actually is probably the one that I prefer most.
And Paige, what do you think?
This might just be because I don't drink a lot of beer in the first place, but I can almost feel this one going straight to my bloodstream. It's a lot stronger. I mean, my nose, I could feel it kind of burning a little bit.
So you can imminently taste the alcohol in this one.
Yes, definitely.
Well, this one you should be able. So in a quadruple, you should be able to taste the alcohol. Like you should literally. That's part of the
experience.
Yeah, it's actually part of the characteristic of the beer. It says in the design of the beer, you should palpably taste the alcohol, which is ridiculous, but you should.
No, I'm definitely getting it though. So mission accomplished. I guess.
It's alcoholic. It tastes like bourbon almost.
Yep.
So now we have someone here who works with Stephanie here at the shop preparing the beer and food pairings, right?
We try to do a beer dinner either once a month or every other month type of thing. Just a 4 to 5 course dinner paired with beers instead of like your typical wine pairing.
Right, we're going to have you on next month to talk about a little bit more about what y'all do, but give us your impression of this beer.
It's almost mild, but it starts off mild and it towards the back of the palate, it really brings a lot of bitter and almost sweet notes to it. Kind of want to say honey, very little bit oak flavored to it, almost bourbon flavored.
Bourbon, very much. Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of agreeing. It's got a real smoky, savory taste, and then you have that sweet tone.
It almost gets like it's like a bourbony Scotch, almost not peaty, but it has that bourbony oaked flavor to it. But it's actually not oaked, which is impressive.
This is my favorite, I think, out of the 4 tonight.
A quad can be very exciting.
Is it 6 glass or glass?
6 glass, yeah.
The beer I had actually selected for tonight is the Reverend by Avery. And the Reverend by Avery is around 14% alcohol. And that beer is
scotchy with that.
It's scotchy, yeah. It's not, but not peaty.
No.
It's just it has that explicitly,
that breathe out, smoky, almost barley nuttiness.
I think she put it right on the head. It has that effervescently alcoholic note to it, and that's the great thing about a quad. It's just
almost feels like, maybe a weird way of putting it, but it has the taste of a distilled liquor almost, as opposed to a brewed beer.
Right.
And then it's got the notes at the end.
Excellent way to put it.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it does. It feels like it doesn't feel, but it has a different type of texture to it almost.
It departs from that beer flavor into a very distinctly...
It's like a mild whiskey, scotch with a beer aftertone.
You taste the alcohol. Right. The alcohol becomes present.
That's a great way of putting it, yeah.
The alcohol becomes present.
So yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
All right, guys, well, we're going to have to wrap this section up. We're going to be coming back in just a few moments. We found 2 fools foolish enough to foolhardily go against Chris in a beer chugging competition.
They're going to die.
They're going to look like fools. Let me tell you something.
So they're literally going to die.
Yeah. Literally on the show. Ratings. So, it's going to be awesome.
I'll be a fool twice.
No, there you go. All right, well, we're going to take a quick 2 to 3 minute break. When we come back, we're going to have the Chugging Wars for free movie tickets.
It's going to be one.
You're watching Bottoms Up Dallas on Duval on Air. See you in a few minutes, folks.
Start, John.